In this season of The Big Talk, you are going to have access to the most incredible speakers who recently performed at the virtual showcase, which is the culmination of the Big Talk Academy, my 12-week signature speaker training. Be sure to watch every single one of these speakers in this series because they are all equally as inspiring, entertaining, and powerful. And by sharing their important messages, they can change and even save a life. Enjoy. Dr. Shenell Evans comes from Brooklyn, New York. She is a licensed psychologist and resilience coach. She helps her clients, often Black and Brown professionals, master the capacities necessary to build their resilience and to experience positive byproducts after trauma. It's easy for any of us. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Shenell Evans with From Pain to Power, How to Move from Chronically Ill to Intentionally Well.
As children, we're natural visionaries and dreamers. How many of you dreamed about your future when you were growing up? And I'm sure you remember being asked who you wanted to be. How many of us became that doctor, lawyer, engineer, teacher, dancer, artist? But there can also be a dark side and different kinds of dreams. Some children might actually dream of being a drug dealer, a showgirl, a gang member. Others might simply dream of getting out. And that was me. I dreamt of getting out of Arkansas. Truth be told, I don't know how I made it out of high school without a kid or two. Now, I don't say that to shame or blame anyone else. I'm just saying that I know exactly what my story could have been. I was a great student, though. I was voted most likely to succeed, and I earned scholarships to attend Jackson State University, a historically Black institution, where I majored in psychology, and I declared my vision of becoming a funded academic researcher. Now, I can't tell you how shocked I was when I landed a postdoctoral fellowship at Columbia University, one of the most prestigious and well-resourced institutions in the world. I mean, how could I say no, even with a child in tow? So imagine a wide-eyed, bright, ambitious young Black mother from the Deep South standing in the bright lights of New York City, ready to live up to the title of most likely to succeed. Ready to hit the ground running. I was ready to make my mark, y'all. But my body said, bitch, please. I hit the ground all right, but I couldn't run. Hell, some days I could barely move. My body was no longer reliable. My life became riddled with mysterious aches and pains. I was devastated. My dreams were shattered. Getting a diagnosis, now that was an adventure in and of itself. And the relief that it offered was short-lived. The verdict was fibromyalgia. Now, technically, fibromyalgia is a condition that causes widespread pain, fatigue, sleep problems, emotional and mental distress, and it affects 4 million adults in the US. But on these streets, it's the disease that is and isn't. It's a catch-all diagnosis used when medical tests don't look that abnormal, but you're sick as hell. Now, long before I became chronically ill, I've been studying post-traumatic growth and how some people manage to experience positive byproducts and life changes after diagnosis of illnesses like cancer or HIV. It can be quite traumatic. But there are some folks for whom they're able to eventually have the diagnosis serve as a catalyst for growth. And I was curious about how these folks could turn their greatest pain into power. And little did I know, I would have the chance to collect personal data too. Now, my research was helpful in that I had more understanding about how to get through what I was facing. But knowledge alone was not enough. I had to learn how to eat the textbook, how to eat it up. I had to learn how to compassionately greet and engage with my darkness as I walked into the light on this never-ending journey of self-integration. If you find yourself shattered, know that you can be made whole, that you can go from the life that you knew and move yourself into a different one. It's not easy, yet there's plenty of evidence to show that it's possible. My life included. I no longer require any medications for pain. I have more energy than I ever thought I would have again. And I have absolutely created a life that I love. Research shows that if you want to experience post-traumatic growth, if you want to experience positive byproducts after significant challenges, then these folks, they don't shy away from their thoughts and emotions. They deliberately dive into them. See, in order to recover from shattered dreams, we've got to reconfigure everything, starting with who we think we are, what we think we can do, and how we can ever experience joy again. And this is what I help my clients do in my private practice. Now, if I were your therapist, there are a few things that we'd work through in order to help you cultivate post-traumatic growth. First, honor your limitations. Practice acceptance of what you can do in the moment, because you've got to start somewhere. Be curious about which of your needs might be using your emotions to get your attention, and focus your energy and attention on the needs, because the emotions are just signals, that's all. Be open and explore different healing systems. If you don't explore, you'll never know what mixture of tools and practices can help you feel your best. And lean into supportive relationships. Look, I know it's hard and it's tempting to hide because of the guilt and the shame, but let folks help you. It will quantify the amount of growth and progress you're able to make. And lastly, be reflective. Ask yourself tough questions. Marinate on them. Because you can fight for your old life all you want, but at some point you will have to accept that you'll need a new vision of the future. So I dare you to ask yourself, who do you want to be when you grow up? Tap into your innate capacity to dream. Dream of your wellness every moment you can, because as long as you're still here, there's more life to be lived. And let's live the dream that no matter what ails us or devastates us or comes into our lives and creates this chasm of before or after, that we can transform our illness into wellness and experience life as before, after, and better than ever.
If you desire to be on the virtual showcase stage, hop on over to thebigtalkacademy.com and register now for my 12-week signature speaker training, where you can become certified by the Big Talk Academy and perform on my virtual showcase stage. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button and notification bell, and definitely share your thoughts in the comments. I will respond to each and every one of you. Big love.